Congratulations, you're finally an empty nester. And whether you're with a partner or you're by yourself, your life is about to change drastically. When my daughter left home, she was the last of our children, and she left to go to school and for her own independence. My husband and I were still working full time, and she had been leading her own life basically beforehand, so it wasn't a really drastic change. But it kind of snuck up on me, the silence and the feeling of being an emptiness, like something was missing. Maybe I was a little bit lonely. What's going on? What should I do? Well, I should have waited is what I should have done. I should have talked to friends who had been there before me, who had been empty nesters and what they had gone through, or maybe even a professional, because this is a life change. And just like when someone passes away that you love or you're getting a divorce, your life has changed and you need to take the time to adjust before you make any huge decisions. Well, of course, I didn't do that. I immediately ran out and ran to my husband and said, I think I want a cat. Let's go to the Humane Society so that I can get someone to sit with me on the couch and sleep with me at night, and I can talk to and play with. And I'm sure he was thinking to himself, well, what the heck am I, chopped liver? But I needed a pet. Okay, so anyway, I decided I was going to go, and my husband decided to come with me, probably to be sure that I didn't come home with 6 cats and dogs. So, okay, we went. And I was looking for a cat that was not, I wasn't looking for a kitten. I was looking for a cat that would need me, Perhaps it would be ugly or old or something. I didn't care. I could love anything. So anyway, I did find a cat that I liked. It was my first calico, and she wasn't really exceptional. There was nothing pretty about her, but I really thought she was lovely. She was very, very shy. And as it turned out, not all that smart either, but she needed me and I needed her. She had come from a hoarder, and so she had had a bit of a tough life, and I would make her life so special. So I decided I would get her. And while I was playing with my new friend, Minnie, my husband had disappeared. And he had wandered off and found himself the biggest tabby cat I have ever seen in my life. And this tabby cat was so smart and so friendly, he managed to convince my husband by saying, hey man, you got to take me home. You need me. And my husband believed him, and we ended up getting him as well. And my husband named him Spike. And if you have ever seen the old Bugs Bunny cartoons where there's the 2 dogs, there's Chester and Spike, well, that's what we were taking home. Big Spike and little Chester, Minnie. So, okay, we have purchased these lovely cats, and we've taken them home. And now, after a few weeks, we're thinking, maybe we should have thought about this a little longer. We now have the responsibility of 2 more mouths to feed. If we want to go on a vacation, we now have to hire babysitters, and we have vet bills. So, and Spike's 4, Minnie is 2. So, good God, they could outlive us, for goodness sakes. So they're going to be around for a while. But regardless, even though Minnie never did take to Spike, and Spike loved her anyway, they led long, happy, and spoiled lives. And they're both gone now, but they were around for quite a while. So anyway, if I could go back and make that decision again, whether I should just, I should fill my home with another pet right away, I would have said no. I would not. I would have thought about it a lot longer. And as I said, talk to somebody else who's been there, because this is a big decision. And so if I had any advice to tell anybody, it would be this. Take your time, make a list of all the things that you said you wanted to do when you were become an empty nester, whether it's traveling or volunteering or something. You know, especially if you have a dog, that's going to be very time consuming. And if you have a cat, that's going to be a long life. So one way or the other, you know, you need to give yourself the time to think about this before you make that decision. Give yourself a few months and then decide, do I really want another pet right now? Anyway, too late for us. We did it, but we love them both. So that's my story, and I hope you have a great day. If you want to hear more stories, please subscribe and press the like button if you like this one. Talk to you later. Bye.